Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Igor here. Today I'm going to take you for a ride and I'll tell you 5 tricks of how to maximize your income driving for Uber. So the first trick, give me a second. The first trick is first trick is driving for surge hours. So once you get that notification from Uber on your application or an email that there will be surge hours and you're going to get more income during those hours, that's when I recommend you drive for them, because this is when you get double or sometimes triple the rate. So this is one of the best times to drive, and it is going to definitely increase your income. The second trick is actually the most important one. It's driving on Friday night, Saturday evening and night, and Sunday during the morning, but mainly Friday and Saturday nights. In fact, in Friday you can even start earlier because people are going back from work. Sometimes people are going straight to their pubs to have a beer or whatever. So somewhere late afternoon Friday and evening and night, overnight, and Saturday late afternoon, sometimes even in the morning a little bit, but also at night. That's when you make the maximum amount of money. Trick number 3. There is this guy, I think his name is Uber Professor, who showed that famous trick with 2 phones. Well, it's a nice trick and I think it's good. You know, when you use one application on one phone as an Uber driver and the other one you're driving as a passenger. So that thing, it is good. But in reality, you don't need 2 phones. What I do is I turn on my Uber application as a driver, and at the same time I turn on my rider application. So I am driving with the Uber application on and I have my map on, but I'm actually driving with the rider application. And the funny thing is you actually get a ride request. So if you are going to turn on your Uber application, then just press the return button to get to the main screen and then put the rider application. You can actually get ride requests and know where all of the Uber drivers are. So you can position yourself in such a way that there are not too many Uber drivers and a higher chance of getting a ride request. So that's another trick I wanted to tell you. It's a third trick. Number 4 trick I would say is drive less. You see, I see lots of new Uber drivers making the same mistake. I look at the Uber application and that's how I know they're doing it. They keep on driving. They keep on driving just to keep on changing their location, and they think that this is going to make more money. Well, in some way it does, and in some way it doesn't. It's actually more of an optical illusion, and you know, when you're driving, the time goes faster. But you're spending more fuel, your car is depreciating. In fact, the more you drive, the less you make. So you have to position yourself in such a way, that's a trick number 5. You have to know the community, you have to know the locality, where the most drivers are. So if you are going to, give me a second, it's some sharp turn. If you are going to drop off a person, and do not drive all over the city. Like I used to do the same mistake. I would drive so far away, and in reality, you just have to drive to the nearest neighborhood. And again, check the Uber rider application to see how many drivers are around there, and position yourself there. Once you see that around that block there is a big community and not too many Uber drivers, try to find a place where there are non-Uber drivers and just park there and wait until you're going to get a ride request. It might seem like you're waiting for a long time, but in reality it just feels like that. When you're not driving, time slows down. So what I do is I just watch YouTube. I just watch YouTube videos. Sometimes I watch Netflix, sometimes I watch something else on my phone, and I'm just waiting. And sometimes I'm even thinking that, you know what, I could have actually you know, I wanted to watch that video and I get a request, so sometimes I don't get to watch the video and I just have to go and pick up a person. It goes way faster. Now, the most important trick is know your city, know your locality. For example, I know that in deep northeast in Calgary, people are not taking Uber. Most of them have cars, or they would rather take public transport than get an Uber. So it's like you can get 1 or 2 kids coming from school, but you cannot really get much money there, at least not in those proportions like in other parts of the city. Downtown, for example, I can put a label in downtown Calgary. It is an area of $5. I mean, $5 per ride request. You have lots of requests. You keep on driving in downtown, but you make less. It's like you just keep on driving and driving and driving. You spend so much of energy, and it's like $5, $8, $5, $10, $14, and then bam, $15 sometimes. But it's like, I call it a $5 location. I don't really enjoy downtown because you work, you make, but you spend more energy doing that. You can make more money in downtown, but you're going to fight with the traffic and lots of other stuff. For example, Aspen Woods. Aspen Woods is another location. I call it a $20 location. So if you're going to Aspen Woods in Calgary, coming back to downtown during weekends, you can make $20. Now the problem is with that, if you're there, it's good. But if you have to drive there just to get that request, it's a problem, because you're going to pick up a person and then you're going to drive that person, of course, to downtown, and then you're stuck in downtown. What you can do is switch off your Uber application and start driving back, but it's tricky because you might not get the request and you have to, it's basically because of driving back and forth, the depreciation and the cost goes up and it's not worth it. It gets to a point where it's not worth it. But if you're there, it's a $20 location for sure. So many people go there to downtown from that area. Another location, airport. Airport takes a lot of time. So if you see not many drivers, it's a $23 location, I call it. So you're going to make minimum $19 and almost always about $25. So I say $23 location because sometimes it can be extreme. I know some people who took their passengers from airport to Banff area and they made about $300 on that, but they spent about $100 of, maybe not $100, but on fuel, depending on your car, probably around back and forth, maybe around $40, and plus car depreciation, maybe about 60 cars with all the expenses. But you made $260 in 3 hours, but you have to drive back and forth. So airport is a good location, but sometimes there is just overcrowded, and sometimes there are too many cars. It might be not worth it. So you have to know the times and the location and the locality. So if you know the time when you have to drive, like your locations and the people in those locations, at what time, what triggers them. It's like, for example, on Fridays you get lots of airport requests. People are going to airport. On Saturday people are going to pubs, they're not going to airport. So if you know all of these things, it's easy. It's easier for you and you're going to make lots of money. Just knowing all of these details makes a huge difference. It makes a difference about $5 an hour for sure. So if you're, for rule number 1, surge hours, drive during surge hours, then know your locality, then drive on Friday and Saturday nights. Also, do not drive a lot, so do not spend extra miles if you don't have to, because it increases the cost. And another rule is, finally, it is use the passenger app. Turn on your Uber driver app, put the passenger app, and just look where all of the Uber drivers are. You know what happens with new drivers? New drivers are thinking that Uber is going to figure that out because they can watch which applications you use. They're going to figure out that you are trying to cheat the system, but guess what? You're not cheating the system. Actually, Uber doesn't care. And I would say that Uber would be more interested if you cheat the system like that, because they want drivers to be everywhere. What they want is their customers to be able to get an Uber within a second like that, and you are doing that. So actually you're not cheating Uber, you're doing them a favor. I hope this video was helpful, and thank you for joining me on this awesome ride. It's a little bit disturbing because I don't want to get a ticket. I'm going to get done with this video. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about it. Have a good one.